Occupy Allentown, Day 8, Monday, October 10th, about 1:15 p.m.
Anyone with a cell phone needs to find any other flyers for club shows, for anything, Lost Dogs.
I'm not from PA, so I'm from the Midwest. I've been out here for about 4 years. I'm sorry,
Hi.
Okay, 2 white-collar police officers came down and told us that we had to take signs off the monument, which have been there for a week. We didn't have a problem with that before. They told us to take signs off the lampposts, which have been there for a week. They didn't have a problem with it before. They told us to pick up the signs.
They told me to cut my dreads. I don't know.
They told me to take the signs off the ground, which have been there for a week. They didn't have a problem with it before. They told us to stop camping, which we've been doing for 2 nights without a problem. It's absolutely a problem.
Wow, that's one hell of a dreadlock.
3 hours after somebody talked to his wife's friend. And I got in trouble.
His wife's friend, somebody thought.
Yeah, it was what's her name, Terry, I think. Yeah, somebody talked to one of her friends unknowingly.
Which, while she was here, she was completely agreeing with everything that was being said.
Until they mentioned the Democratic Party in the arena. And then she got all huffy.
Yeah.
Well, so where are we at now? Are the cops coming back? Or we got a call. I don't know if one of you guys called. Okay.
The cops were just here. He's over there.
Yeah, he's across the street.
Okay.
He said he's not going to do anything until he gets a clear directive.
We want people to come down here and support their right to free speech and ours.
He said, as far as he's concerned, we're not blocking traffic, we're not confronting anybody, and that we're just exercising our First Amendment right to free speech.
Right.
And he said that they have bigger fish to fry than what we're doing here. We're not doing anything wrong.
We had 3 cops come by here at 1 o'clock in the morning last night, and all they said, well, we'll be on it.
You're in a tough spot in the middle of the night.
But they just wanted us to know that, they're not hostile to us.
Yeah.
They're getting laid off.
Cops and the county sheriffs simultaneously. Both of them were down here within 30 seconds of each other. 3 hours after I was talking about Pulowski's issues with seizing eminent domain and putting money into all these businesses. And then the woman I was talking to told me she was the mayor's wife's best friend.
Okay.
And 3 hours later, here they are, kicking us out of here.
How long ago was that? We must have just missed them, huh?
What time was that? That was
Probably about an hour and a half ago.
Oh yeah, about an hour and a half, an hour and 15 maybe. A little afternoon, not much afternoon.
Okay.
He
stuff
can
like that
come here
happens,
and
call
talk
us right
in
away.
here.
We'll try and get
He's
down.
not
We've been trying to call
talking
lawyers first. You'll be the second call. Pinto, it's ELIJAHLOPINTO.
And an appropriate title to put underneath your name?
Reverend?
Okay, something in regards to the...
One of the many members of the General Assembly of Occupy Allentown.
Okay, are you the organizer or just one of the members?
Well, we don't have organizers.
Okay.
We are a leaderless movement that votes on consensus. We are all equal. There is no one above anyone else.
Okay, gotcha. And this morning?
Well, a little after noon today, initially I was confronted by a county sheriff who told us that we could not have any signs affixed onto county property, which was the monument in the middle of right here at 7th and Hamilton. Previously during the week we had been told that we were not allowed to stand there because it was unsafe and we might fall. We had fixed the signs there and had them there for 4 days before they had a problem with them this morning. As soon as I was done talking with him, we were already descended upon by one of the officers from the Allentown Police Department who informed us that a permit that our General Assembly did not vote for had expired and that we had to leave. We confronted him with the fact that we had never voted for a permit, our group had never gotten a permit. He told us then that we were not allowed to have our camp here with our tents and our hammocks, which we were then told Saturday when we started our 24-hour day occupation after our regular daily occupation that had started on Monday. He told us we were no longer allowed to camp, even though we had previously been given permission to have our tents and camp out here.
Who gave you permission? I'm just wondering how that
It was one of the local police officers on duty here checked with the command.
Captain Mold.
With Captain Mold?
Who's the officer on the scene?
Okay. Aside from that, we were not allowed to have any of our signs on the sidewalk because we were blocking the free flowing of traffic, despite the fact that we have a 35-foot wide sidewalk or more here with 2 rows of signs and a good 8 to 12 feet in between them, plenty of space to walk. And yes, all of this has been here since Monday last week. We're on 8 days now. So they hadn't had a problem with any of this before this morning. They also told us that we were not allowed to have signs affixed to the city poles, which they have left numerous signs up from other groups that are not political and don't actually have a message, that are just advertising bans and various other things. We've also had those signs up all week long. They told us that we were not allowed to sit, that we had to stand and hold signs, and that was it. We could not have freestanding signs, displays, or anything else.
And just to confirm, who told you this?
Paper right here somewhere, handwritten by said officer. Kenneth, I'm not sure how to pronounce his last name, but it is C-O-I-A.
Okay.
From the Lehigh County Sheriff's and their lawyer, Mary Catherine Roper, who I believe right as we're speaking is contacting the city solicitor to let her know that the free and clear traffic is available, that the sidewalk is not a limited sidewalk and we're not conflicting or holding up traffic arena, that across the street we have the Made in Brazil Steakhouse, Sangria, the Allentown Brew Works, all funded by money from the taxpayers, funneled into them by the Allentown Economic Development Corporation. The Allentown Brew Works served as Ed Pulowski's campaign headquarters during his election. It has recently been going bankrupt. Of the $900,000 that has been given by the city, and has now been given another $600,000 because it has become too big to fail, not unlike the banks in this country. And after I told all this to this woman, she told me that she was one of the best friends of the mayor's wife. And shortly, a little less than 3 hours after that was when we were descended upon by both county and city police officers. I think the fact that we are specifically calling local Democrats to task on their involvement in big business has a lot to do with it. That the taxpayers' money being funneled into private enterprise in both the hockey arena and other endeavors throughout the city is probably the main reason why we are being asked to leave.
You got calls in, so you're waiting on calls back now?
Yeah, we're waiting on calls back. We're not going anywhere. If we absolutely have to, we will limit our camp to a little bit less if the city really forces us to. But I happen to think that we have a right at this point, since they have allowed us to do this for several days. And they didn't have a problem with it until just this morning on the 8th day of Occupy Allentown, here in solidarity with the Occupy Wall Street movement. Yes?
Okay. How long do you think you guys will be out here? How long do you want to stay?
I'd say as long as it takes, but I don't know if we're going to live that long.
And how many of you are staying out here?
Camping out, we've had peak numbers of probably about 25 people sleeping overnight. Very beginning 8 days ago, but for the last 3 days we've been here 24/7.
That's all I have. Anything else you went out there and ask you?
Not that I should probably say on camera.
All right.
We just need a laptop so that we can connect to the internet and get our photos to the ACLU. We have found the proof that we are right to be here, that we have the right to affix things to signs because they have left private enterprise alone on those signs, and they're attacking us for free speech when they've let private enterprise take the exact same ordinance.